All right. Hello, everyone. I'm Nicholas Duongpanya. I am a rising junior here at UMass, and I just wanted to talk you guys through a little presentation I created regarding probiotics and whether or not they can help us fight COVID in any way. So, pictured on the left, we have probiotics that generally, you know, live in our digestive tract in our large intestine. And on the right, we have the infamous, the notorious COVID-19, something that I'm sure all of us have grown to love, right? All right, so moving on. I think it is significant that we kind of develop an understanding of probiotics and what they can do for us. So, probiotics are generally known as good bacteria, and good bacteria obviously, fight bad bacteria. Go figure. And probiotics help make up our microbiome, and they're one of the staple points of maintaining homeostasis in our body, generally because they help us, they help our immune systems out immensely. Probiotics, typically live in our gut, and this is where they aid in digestion, preventing us from having inflammation in our digestive tract, having constipation, congestion, all that, nasty stuff that we hate. Um, but probiotics aren't only limited to living in our gut. They can also be found in our skin, in our mouths, our urinary tract, and even in our lungs, which is going to be important. We'll come back to that. Um, Probiotics, they have quite the resume when it comes to functions. Uh, their benefits range from obviously being present during digestion, but they can help fight inflammation. Um, they obviously support our immune system, and they even help us break down medication. And pictured in the green, one way you can get probiotics into your system, into your body, is supplementation through pills. So, as we continue on, I just wanted to talk about the two main types of probiotics. The left being lactobacillus. Uh, Lactobacillus generally lives in our digestive, urinary, and our genital systems, and it basically fights inflammation and bad bacteria in our body. And surprisingly, studies have even been linked, to the supplementation of lactobacillus and preventing eczema and even, curing or fighting infections of the respiratory airways. The second type of probiotics listed on the right is bifidobacterium. Um, these live in our intestines, in our stomach, and they have been linked to specifically fighting things like colds and the flu. So, in conclusion, basically, both of these types of probiotics do most of the same things. They specialize in gut health, food digestion, and they fight inflammation. But, what sticks out to me is that they can prevent respiratory infections like, cold or flu. And this can be key in analyzing whether or not they can prevent or help against COVID. So as we move into the next slide, I just wanted to provide you guys with a bigger image of what these two probiotics look like. On the left, lactobacillus, characterized by the pill shape, nothing crazy to it. But on the right, bifidobacterium, characterized by a very predominant Y shape. Very interesting. So, where can we find probiotics? So, probiotics, we can find them in a lot of things. Um, Sourdough, yogurt, kombucha tea, pickles, kimchi, sauerkraut, and mozzarella cheese. Probiotics are a very, easy and hassle-free way to get uh, good bacteria into your body that can, help you fight bacterial infections, help your immune system out, like you can, just have a nice yogurt, you can mix different fruits, berries, granola, so many things, and it's so simple. Like, it's notorious for its source of probiotics, and you can have a little fiesta with it, have a little party, you know. That's just real quick, easy, and fun way to get probiotics in. And so, as we shift focus a little bit, and start talking about COVID-19, and you know, pretty much, I'm gonna assume that all of us know COVID-19. Um, Mainly, COVID is spread through droplets, and this can be transmitted in our sneezes, our coughs, and even our talking. Very interesting. So, if you know someone, like Sammy Sprinkler, pictured on the bottom right, a little bench warmers reference, you want to mask up with them, because even if they're not showing symptoms, you can still contract COVID if they have it. So, with COVID, we also see uh, the dynamic of how age affects how responsible we can be. In my uh, personal, account, people that are high risk, over 65, have underlying medical conditions, they're very vigilant about their social distancing and their masking up. And, we can see that they're proactive, and that's a great way to help fight COVID and prevent the spread. But, for those who are unfortunate or not proactive and they contract COVID, we see symptoms like loss of taste, fever, chills, trouble breathing, chest pain, and nausea. So, as we continue on, can probiotics help in the fight against COVID? There's no, you know, concrete answer. There's still lots of um, research being done. There's no definitive yes or definitive no. But from the earlier slides, we know that probiotics are known to fight viral, bacterial infections, and they help maintain a healthy immune system. So, say if we were to contract COVID-19, I believe probiotics can play a major role in that fight, by aiding our immune system, which is going to be releasing B cells or white blood cells to fight against the binded COVID-19. And in Dr. Lizzie Thomas's journal, the doctor alluded to the research of probiotics on animal models. The doctor came to a conclusion that probiotics helped lower viral load in the lungs of the animals. So in that, it boosted survival rates. So here we can kind of draw a correlation to probiotic supplementation and the fight against respiratory infections. So that's one way, probiotics can help fight COVID-19. But, you know, this can possibly be avoided entirely because within the same journal, the doctor stated that probiotics can inhibit the binding of COVID to our epithelial cells entirely. And that's pictured in the top right there. Probiotics, as I mentioned before, live on our skin already. So these can prevent the attachment of COVID cells to the host cell receptors. And kind of delving deeper into, you know, this binding of COVID-19, our probiotic bacteria secretes antimicrobial substances like bacteriocins, lactic acid, intestinal mucins that prohibit the virus's proliferation. So, in conclusion, probiotics can, emphasis on the can assist, the fight against COVID, in that it obviously will support the immune system, assist the immune system, and it can prevent the binding of COVID virus cells to our epithelial cells. So that's one way it can prevent, contraction of COVID, but it can also help fight it. So as we move on, I just wanted to wrap up the video, the presentation a little bit. And I just wanted to say that just because something, i.e., probiotics, claims to help fight COVID does not mean, it will prevent you from contracting it. Because a lot of the stuff that I've talked about is still under research. So there's no definitive, no concrete answer. But from a nutritional standpoint, the best way to fight COVID-19 is with a balanced diet, as I pictured on the right with on the top right with, grains, fruits, vegetables, poultry, protein, healthy fats, all of that. Because having the best diet gives you, the benefit of having a prepped immune system. So if you were to contract COVID-19, your immune system is tip-top shape. And, kind of backpacking off a good, healthy, complete diet, implementing foods with probiotics is, it's so simple, yet so effective, right? Like having a serving of kimchi here or, some yogurt every day can change your overall gut health. It will improve your immune system response. It'll help fight inflammation. And, it might even help you prevent, it might even help prevent you from contracting COVID. And it'll help your body fight COVID if it comes to that. And yeah, so although it may or may not certainly help fight COVID directly, probiotics are essential for prepping our immune system as a whole, as I've said many, many times. So, they're good for overall health. And kind of to finish up, I just wanted to say thank you. Thank you, everyone, for taking the time to watch my video. And, with my whole heart, I hope each of you stay safe in these crazy, crazy times. Stay healthy, wash your hands, mask up, vax up, as in vaccinate up. And, don't forget to tell someone you love them. All right. Thank you, guys.